Scorpio love reading. This relationship is headed towards success, like the Six of Wands. It is based in something really prosperous at the moment, something with very fertile soil, so to speak, with a lot of potential for growth and further abundance in this relationship. So far, this looks like financial prosperity, career success for both of you, perhaps some way involved with each other, but it does look like there is a bigger period of growth underway right now with the Queen of Coins, and then as we come into the future, the Queen of Swords is coming through there. All right, so massive maybe turning point or culmination phase in the relationship has recently happened, which is allowing for greater happiness and joy to come into the relationship, or this relationship is starting to feel more authentic. There was a period I can see of worry and how, maybe where is this actually going? Five of Pentacles is telling me that there could have been even money worries in the relationship, and it was hampering the happiness altogether, as money issues would so often do. But the Judgment card is also here saying that the relationship is transforming and that you have that energy on your side, that if you want to completely change something in the relationship, revisit something from the past, in the kind of with the means or the sort of plan to change things, that energy is really supportive. It seems like the person you're dealing with has also come to this breakthrough and realization themselves, where they can see things a lot more clearly now, and they've actually recently sort of seen the relationship in another way, and you're happy about that. The Sun card is really positive for that. So it seems like there is still some sort of a fight for this relationship to get to the next level and to make the progression of the Seven of Wands. Let's look at these cards together. Some of you are very much hoping for children at the moment, or hoping to spend more time with your children if you already have them. Some of you are just hoping for a little bit of tenderness to come back into the relationship. But overall, it seems like you would like to create something with the person you're dealing with right now. Be that create a child, indicated maybe by the Page of Cups here, but create something that your love is pouring into together. Let's look at these cards together, Scorpio, and see what other messages we can get. Scorpio, you are in a period of growth currently in this relationship, Queen of Coins, and the future represents more growth of ideas. So while the fundamental things in your life, like your home and living situation, your means of income, quality of life, is all growing and flourishing right now, as this reading progresses, we see even more growth in terms of communication, clear messaging between each other. So a lot of growth currently and ongoing. That's great. We'll clear it up. So all of this success and movement, momentum and gusto you're feeling about how this relationship is progressing, it's really encouraging to you. It might be reminiscent of something in this relationship that you had a chance to address before and recently have addressed it. So something perhaps from your past, from your subconscious, from a past relationship, or even a relationship, this relationship in the past has now been brought to the forefront again, and you have successfully overcome it. We have the Six of Wands. We end the reading with the Seven of Wands so far. So this does represent the movement going forward successfully and challenges that will be overcome still. So that's great. We will have to clear it up, however. So the Sun and the Ace of Swords, both cards of clear exposure, clarity, and realization, basically. So this happiness that you feel in the relationship, the joy that you feel around it, and the authenticity in it is equally felt by the person you're dealing with. Maybe it took them a little longer to come around to this, and maybe you had a vision for this relationship that you're just happy now that this person you're dealing with shares that same vision. That's great. Okay, so what could be turning in this relationship right now? It's been turning for a while. The World card is moving something towards the ending of a cycle for you. Now, this doesn't mean the ending of the relationship. This means the culmination or turning point, or of course an ending of something within this relationship that's been brought full circle. Some of you are definitely considering that children will be more of a factor going forward. If you have children already, you're hoping that maybe you can move with these children somewhere else in the world. Maybe you're just hoping that after you have, some of you might have been like completing a career cycle in your life, and that therefore you get to spend more time with your children if you have them. Or some of you are considering, I've seen the world, I've done what I need to do, now it's time for me to expand in this relationship. And let me see, you were a little bit fearful still that the difficulties that have passed you, the person you've been dealing with could have been feeling at a lower ebb, or perhaps that was you, Scorpio. You have a lingering fear. It doesn't seem to be the main theme of this reading whatsoever. Everything else looks like it's looking towards the future, but you still are aware that there are things that had happened in the relationship or circumstances in your external that you still have to keep the effort up to overcome these difficulties. Bottom of the deck, Four of Cups and the Chariot. If you're dealing with a Cancer at this time, things around this Cancer in your life still remain to be a little bit unknown and in the dark. Let's keep going. So we'll clear up the Queen of Coins. And what do we need to know about this period of flourishing, growth and abundance that is underway right now in this relationship? If you're dealing with a Capricorn, it seems that this is growing and flourishing. Capricorn or otherwise, let's see what's coming through. Queen of Wands, another queen of growth, and this is awesome. So like there's a real sort of spirit here with these queens of like, let me see, really wanting and desiring to move things along. Okay, so this is, you could be dealing with an Aries, you could be dealing with any of the cardinal signs, Libra, Cancer, Aries or Capricorn. I'm seeing that come through very strongly. And if you're not, it's just the same energy of a cardinal sign of initiation basically. So it seems like you are initiating things in your relationship, watching things grow and get even better. So that's awesome. You're feeling like sexually connected to the person you're with. You're feeling like connected in terms of the foundation that you've got there and like the plans that you've laid. Let's have a look about the Six of Wands here coming through. The Wheel of Fortune, amazing card, guys. This is huge success indicators for this relationship. Six of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. So remember, this is a general reading. It's not going to apply to everybody. Just take what does apply today and leave the rest for somebody else. This is talking about change that's happening in the relationship. A period of harmony has now been entered into, and you can see a lot of progress being made, and things will start to change, and that external will start to match up on the internal feeling. The queens are a feeling of internal manifestation rather than outward yet. And it has to start with the internal first before it can manifest into your physical plane. And the Wheel of Fortune is showing a change of events, an upward swing. And then we have the Sun card beside the World card. Wheel of Fortune, the Sun, the World, extremely positive cards here all together. Great indicators of success for the relationship. Let's see the Sun card. So in ways you're a lot happier now, or you are more happy since something from your past, I guess, has been addressed, or something has come full circle for you and you've made it out the other side of something. The Sun. The Empress in reverse. So this is linking now to me, the Empress in reverse, to this card here. Both cards are linked to Taurus, and the concern here is the physical. You're perhaps concerned in this relationship, or your concerns had been physical intimacy, physical means of survival like money, or like something to do with your living situation. And also these cards are linked in terms of the emotion attached to both. Both, if we're talking emotion with these cards, is a feeling of unworthiness, is a feeling of rejection, or a feeling of being kind of stonewalled even by the person you're dealing with. Okay, so the Empress in reverse and the Sun card. There's still a breakthrough still to happen, and we have the Ten of Swords at the bottom of the deck. This represents a breakthrough in a thinking way. So some sort of a idea that you have needs to be broken down and broken through. It could have been an expectation that you have, but it sort of seems like there is still some sort of a worry that feelings of unworthiness might still crop up in this relationship for you, even though it seems overall really, really happy at the moment. So watch out for the Empress in reverse. It would be just feelings like that you're not good enough for this relationship, you don't deserve them, all of those things. So, and you seem to be conscious of not deserving this person for some reason, Scorpio. What was the World card representing for you? Five of Wands in reverse. Okay, so something that you guys had been battling out or like testing each other on is coming through in the Five of Wands reversed. As it reverses, the tensions are easing, and the kind of tests that had been put up in front of you, the World card is a kind of a big indicator of tests. It's Saturn ruled. Saturn is our taskmaster of the zodiac, dishing out trials and tribulations for us to surmount. This is not Plutonian energy with judgment, which sometimes feels like the tests are just for the kick of it or just for fun. Saturn's tests are for your growth and for and sometimes they're obviously, well, they're testing, of course, but this seems to be like easing off a little. But there had been something that had to come full circle around, something that you had been back and forth with, not making a lot of headway until now, it seems. So 2 5s beside each other now. So far is looking to me like the period of restriction or confinement in this relationship is both in the past and even in the deep past, and that moving forward, it seems like you have the energy to overcome these difficulties. But let's clear up the Five of Pentacles and see what these worries about your relationship looked like. Some were emotional, some were more sort of material worries. Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Coins. It seems like the relationship had, of course, both the emotional worry, both the financial worry, but overall that's been resolved for the most part, and you can see the light at the end of the tunnel now, and you can actually see this situation going from a Five of Coins to a Ten of Coins. So big improvement there. So maybe that was something that really needed to improve for you in order for you to continue growing in this relationship. Maybe it took a while for your person to get up to speed with what the actual worries really were. Let's have a look. Oh, hang on a sec. I have another Five of Swords that dropped out, which I'm going to put back in, but another 5 would very much represent periods of restriction and contraction in the relationship rather than this growth that's clearly happening presently and coming up in the future again. They are past energies and even deep subconscious issues that have this worry and this kind of like wounding around not being enough or not having enough. So the Queen of Swords, what period is this? Is what the period that's being entered into now in the relationship. I feel like it's a more truthful period, more transparent. You have this passion in you to be more transparent, Scorpio. Okay, so this is the Eight of Swords. That's interesting. And then we have your card in reverse at the bottom of the deck. So it is you, Scorpio, I believe, that had to have been more transparent with your person about your expectations, about what you actually want with this relationship, or where you even see it going. So this is a contrast here now with the Queen of Swords and the Eight of Swords. There's like this element, this is the phrase that comes to mind with these two swords together. The truth shall set you free. So do you need to be truthful, Scorpio? Do you need to open up, be honest? Tell them what you are really thinking? I think so. And then that kind of gets you out of this bind that you might find yourself in mentally. This is also very much linked to the hangover of the sort of Five of Coins, worries of past, that you still aren't good enough or you still don't deserve this relationship, and that makes you maybe self-sabotage and not be in alignment with this relationship or yourself. So then the Judgment card is coming through with some advice for you now. And the advice so far looks to me to be, let's just transform this, let's change this. The Wheel of Fortune is here too. So you've had the Wheel of Fortune, Judgment, and the World card. Very karmic cards coming through in this relationship. That's how it might feel for you right now, that you are working through some sort of a karma. The King of Coins, if you're dealing with a Taurus right now, this sort of looks like they haven't really been feeling the same about you, and that you're kind of like you're seeing something different. And this could be an improvement, however, it is reversed. So I'm kind of seeing like I'm seeing that if there had been money worries in your relationship at all, and it doesn't have to be if you're dealing with a Taurus, but whoever you were dealing with in this relationship and the money issues, maybe they weren't really taking it seriously, or maybe they were just spending a shit ton and it was really kind of causing like irresponsible spending, not really like kind of planning together in terms of your future, and that had to have been really addressed with this person. But look, the Ace of Swords does suggest to me that they've reached a breakthrough as well. Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Coins. Maybe the person that you've been dealing with doesn't have to be a Capricorn or a Cancer, but they've had a good upswing in their own material fortune, and maybe they've realized the importance of it. Maybe they have started to become more financially abundant, or maybe the person you're dealing with has become more independent, more focused on their own growth and their own accomplishments, so that it's easier for you now. So the Page of Cups, this is in your hopes position at the moment for this relationship. Two of Cups, beautiful energy to come through with the Page of Cups. So this does suggest that you have high hopes for this relationship developing. This suggests also that you are still very much in love with this person, that they might even be your sweetheart here. The Page of Cups and the Two of Cups is very sort of sweetheart energy. And if not, it seems like that in some way, that this is just something youthful, something really sweet and special. So the Seven of Wands talks about the issues to overcome still, and the strength that you have to do that. Four of Coins. You'll persevere, you'll hold it down. You see that there is a future in sight for you. You see that there is like a stability in sight for you with this relationship still. That's a better indicator than the Five of Coins. That's kind of like something in the past you're worried about. You might have to kind of go back to go forward and rebuild. Here is the energy that things like cracks can't just be sort of glossed over. You have to rebuild the solid foundation again in this relationship. Okay, Scorpio, that's your love and relationship reading. I have an October, November, more of a general reading available on my YouTube, just the video right before this. And that's going to be it for right now.